Now, it's pace of play.
Come on, Glenn! Come on! Get your head in the damn game!
Putting the boys on the clock.
I guess we're playing for keeps now.
The fuck?
All right, welcome back, everybody, to more than 19th All Weekend Edition Pace of Play here on CBS Radio. I'm glad somebody woke me up. We got some good topics today, Lee, and I want to start off, as you know, Q School just finished. They had 26 guys get their PGA Tour card, and what do you think of this young man, 17-year-old, obviously just oozing with talent, Si-Woo Kim, okay, makes it through all of the stages of Q School, but can't get his card because the PGA Tour has a rule. You can't get your card, be a member of the PGA Tour, unless you're 18 years of age. And the thing that really gripes me, number one, I think they should, be a little flexible on this. Number one, we're not talking about a kid who's 14, 15 that's doing this, 17 years old, but there's no appeal procedure for this young man to go through to argue the case that, hey, I went all the way through every stage. I played just as good and better than most of these guys going through Q School. I deserve to play on the PGA Tour. I fulfilled everything you wanted me to do. Yeah, I'm a year younger than what you'd like to see me to be. But again, it's not like I'm 14 or 15 years old. I'm 17. I'm a young man. I can handle it. Give me my due.
The fuck?
Well, it does suck.
But he didn't do everything that the PGA Tour asked him to do, and that was be 18 years of age.
True.
And what is considered, in a lot of areas to be an adult. I love this story. And I want to congratulate Si-Woo Kim on making it through and grinding it through all four stages of, PGA Tour Q School. But the PGA Tour is not a very mercurial organization. And if you know what
does that mean?
I'll get you at the break if you don't know
all
what
right.
that means. But they don't make changes very fast, and that's. But I agree with that. The guy is not 18. He needs to become an adult. He needs to learn how to win, dominate in college, dominate to finish your high school. When you become 18, you play as much as you can. The PGA Tour will still be there. And so I like it. I don't like the LPGA making Lexi Thompson, because it's only 1 year, so we make an exception at 17.
Well, I know it opens up a Pandora's box, but but at least have a pseudo appeals board or something like that.
So Tom Watson.
But you know what? If just real briefly, if I was the sponsors for a lot of these tournaments, I'd give this kid a sponsor's exemption just to go yang.
Yeah. Well, it could be, but sponsors exemptions are limited next year due to the short season. So Tom Watson, and I love Tom Watson. I love the run that he made at the British Open and those types of things. But this week he said that golf does not belong in the Olympics. Do you agree with that?
Golf was there, in the 1900s? I know you were there. You probably saw it.
Right.
What was it, about 1900 or something? I'm really ambivalent on this. I just don't. What really bugs me is more what he said. He said he thinks of the Olympics as only track and field. That's being a little narrow. And, golf has our majors, so that's the Olympics for us as our majors. I don't agree with that. But on the other hand, and we talked about it before, you could have it in the Olympics. I'm going to enjoy watching it. I don't think it's really going to promote the game that much worldwide as all of these people think it will.
Well, and obviously you and I disagree on that. I think it's going to just continue to enhance the prospect of the sport globally. And I love Tom Watson. But if you can tell me that badminton, handball, and ping pong, you can call it table tennis, whatever you want, belong as Olympic sports and golf does not, then I got a problem.
Yeah, I agree. It's it has its place, there's no doubt. And you got to think outside the box. You can't think of the Olympics just as track and field.
But I'll tell you what, I love the track and field and the swimming in the Olympics.
I do too.
I love watching that.
Well, I like the Winter Olympics much more than the Summer Olympics. Anyway, that's another thing. Let's talk about the Australian Open that's going on right now. And as we know, we talked about it. People here in the United States are forbidden by law to pay appearance fees to people to come over here and play, but it's certainly not the case in Europe. The organizers of the Australian Open had a kind of an arrangement, they call it, with Ernie Els and Rory McIlroy to pay them X amount of money to come over and play. All of a sudden, they win a couple of majors, and guess what? Their agents call up and go, you know that $1 million you wanted to give Rory and that $1 million you wanted to give Ernie? Well, now it's $3 million, and bottom line is they couldn't afford it. So they were banking on a lot of promotion, a lot of buzz, a lot of excitement, a lot of ticket sales with these two pinheads, but all of a sudden they doubled the price. They can't afford it. I think they should have some recourse, and I think they should be able to make them play for the $1 million they were going to give them.
Yeah,
I think that's really bad form on their part.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't hear this story, so I don't know the details of it. Obviously, by the way you're describing it, we're talking about these guys committed to this tournament 6 months ago.
Exactly. They had a pretty firm arrangement in place. I don't know if it was 6 months, but it was a while back. And again, all of a sudden they win a major.
Obviously,
and you can't have me for a minimal, minuscule amount of money, million. I won the Open. I need $3 million.
Well, because obviously 6 months. Els, was July that he won the British Open.
It's not good form.
Yeah, if that's true. I agree with you. It's tough to raise the price right in the middle. All right, I got a question here, and this kind of goes back to a discussion we had in our golf shop that is extremely one-sided. Mike's out. We have a first tee marathon that we held on Monday, golf marathon, where we all played 100 holes and got out there early. Mike's out, and that's an inside joke, by the way. But the question is these golf marathons.
Because I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, the guys in the golf shop do.
Okay.
These golf marathons have become very popular and an opportunity to do some fundraising. We raised about $25,000 on Monday for the first tee. We had guys that played more than one ball on one hole and counted it as multiple holes. We had guys that played one ball throughout and played 100 holes. If I play 3 balls on one hole, does that count as 3 holes? Is that cheating? Is that fair? Or do I need to play one hole each hole?
I don't think it's cheating, but I don't think it's fair. You got to play one ball, one hole. That's the way the thing was organized to be set up. That's what I committed to you. What am I giving you, a dime for every?
No, it was $1. You owe me $100.
Did you play?
We did.
I wasn't there. Is somebody able to verify that you actually played 100 holes?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
So I owe you $100.
Yeah.
But if you played 3 balls, and this and that, and say you owe me that's not right.
I agree with you. And I'm glad you said that. And obviously, I want you to state that you were unprovoked on that answer. Real golf, in my opinion, is played one ball, one hole at a time.
Absolutely.
And that's how it needs to be executed.
All right, we got the the made-for-TV monstrosity, the Shark Shootout with Greg Norman, and the way his life is going lately. He's not the shark; he's more of the guppy. But they've got two of the young guns playing together, Ricky Fowler and Bud Cauley. Who do you think is going to have the better career, Lee, in the long run? I think it's great that these two guys have been paired together. They played Walker Cup together. They're good friends, but who's going to have the better career? And I think this is a slam dunk, obvious question, obvious answer.
Well, I don't know that it is. We've obviously seen a lot of Ricky Fowler over the last few years, whether it was some Ryder Cup prowess or what he did at Quail Hollow and those types of things. But Bud Cauley is extremely strong, and Bud Cauley has I think a golf swing that will lend itself to holding up a little bit more under pressure as he gets into major championships and that type of thing. I'm going to have to go with Bud Cauley. I'm going to go probably against the grain a little bit and go with Bud Cauley. And I'm probably going to go back to these guys played head-to-head first round of the U.S. Amateur back in 2009, and Bud Cauley took him down. So I'm going to go off the limb here and take Bud Cauley.
Well, you know what? I really do kind of agree with you in that sense. But it's funny if you're talking about as far as who's going to make the most money, it's hands down Ricky Fowler. I mean, he's got the look, he's got the personality. He's certainly a good enough player, to make a very nice living every year. Bud Colley's a great young man, but personality-wise, he's got the personality of a bag of parrot poop.
The sartorial splendor will
exactly.
take you a long ways in this game. That's for
but
sure.
They're both great young players.
Yep. All right. I know we got to go quickly. Last question here. We talked a little bit with Darren last week, the Heisman Trophy and who was going to win. So we're not going to get into that. But the Heisman Trophy is going to be given out, this tonight in New York. Obviously, an individual trophy that is very sought after and iconic. If you could win one individual award, one individual trophy, which one would it be?
As far as an award?
Yeah, any trophy, whatever, as an individual.
I don't know. There's got to be some organization out there that would be willing to give me an award for the category of is there anybody better than you?
I don't know what the hell you just said, but I think if I were to, as a serious answer to this question, I think if I were to go through that, I mean, the Heisman Trophy would be great.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
Green Jacket would be unbelievable as an individual award. The plate at Wimbledon would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't think there's. I think I probably narrow it down to two. It'd either be winning a Grammy or a gold medal. I think a gold medal in the Olympics would be unbelievable. I got no chance of doing either, but I'm going to sign it off at this point.
They don't have beer drinking in the Olympics yet, but
well,
I don't know. Ask Tom Watson. I don't know.
If they have badminton, they might as well.
That's true. But that'd be a good one. A Grammy. I love it. All right. With that silliness concluded, let's step away, take a short break here again.